Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of SOC Talks with Sean and Joy. Yeah, we know
So
we
they
never
serve
get.
Bloody Marys out there in Salt Lake City at this time,
Yeah,
huh? Wow, very cool.
I know. Yeah, so here we are at Salt Lake City. Everybody say hi.
Hi. And
Eh,
I'm in terrible old warm Florida.
yeah, say hi.
Hello.
So, hey, we're going to miss you here, Sean, but we understand you're going to be a grandpa pretty soon. So we're pretty
Yep.
excited to start calling you Grandpa Sean.
Papa B.
Papa B.
And my
Oh,
wife's like,
there it is.
no
Papa
grandma.
B cards, everybody. Papa B.
Papa Pizza. I love it.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, you know what? We have a special guest with us here today, Sean. We have actually a lot of special guests.
A lot of special guests.
But we have Miss Gayle Zientek with us here today.
Great morning.
I like how you came in the view. Hey.
Slide it in.
And Gayle, you look great.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
Congrats on your continued health and wellness journey. So
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're going to talk about here a little bit today. You know, we all start our years out with some goals, and you've been listening to us for the last couple of weeks talk about goals and all that kind of thing. But you know, here's Gail setting a goal for herself. What, a year ago, a year and a half ago?
you're great
Well,
right
actually,
now.
this has been a 5-year journey, so it's not an overnight success by any stretch.
Yeah, and we just love, and after thinking about this, it's like, well, Gail, you know, a lot of people get started with goals and then they stop them, or they get started the way life, they go so far, then they go swing back again. So, what has been your secret to keep on this journey of good health?
Well, it started with making a decision, for one, that I didn't want to live the rest of my life the way I was living it at 57. And so I had a choice. I made a choice to make a difference for myself. And for me, it started with nutrition. And then I thought I could do everything through nutrition. They're vacuuming now.
They're vacuuming.
They're vacuuming.
Good God, do they not know who's on the screen?
And so that was for me, getting my nutrition right. And I knew what to do. Like many of us do, we know what we should do. We don't do what we know. And, you know, that took the decision to declare and put my flag in the ground and say, I want to live the rest of my life as the best of my life. And it's never too late to start. And so I had success in business I was always happy. I want you to know, I look back on the pictures that I have 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I was happy. And I think that's the key. Once you make a decision, you can't just wish that you have something. There's a saying, be, do, have. And a lot of people work to have, do, be. Well, when I have the health, when I have the money, when I have the experience, when I have the success, I'm going to be that person. I'm going to do that thing so I can be that person. And you have to work it from the be, do, have. Well, I'm going to be the person. I'm going to be committed. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be responsible. And then I'm going to do the things that I know I should do so I can have the life that I'd like to live. And that really has been the catalyst and the strength to the longevity of my journey. I'm never going back. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have setbacks. It just means that I'm never going to go back to living the life that I was living prior to starting this health journey. And, for those of you watching, I was going to do it all through nutrition. I didn't need to move my body at all because, see, when you're not in great health, your body hurts, you're inflamed, and you don't want to move your body because that's just putting yourself under more stress. And so once I started to feel healthier by nutrition, and I was invited into an environment, that's another key. Your environment is key to your growth. Find the people that you want to that resonate with you. Like if you see a healthy person and you want to be like that person, like find out who they're being and what they're doing to have that lifestyle. And my coach Steve Trzek talks about the thermostat. We have a thermostat built in, and the thermostat of a healthy person, I was probably at about 70 degrees. And then I started looking at some of the people that inspired me, and they were like at 120 degrees. It's like, man, they are just on fire. They're fit, they're healthy, they're strong, they're positive, they're happy. And so I started paying attention to those people. And then my thermostat started to rise because I believed that I could be that. And I remember it was March 23rd of 2020 when I did my first workout. It was a 30-minute body weight workout. And I thought, oh man, that was hard. I didn't even know exercises to call exercises because we all
What
like,
was that? What were we working out there?
I'm like, well, I knew sit-ups and jumping jacks, but I didn't like so, but I kept showing up because the environment was strong, the environment was positive, the environment was encouraging, and I didn't feel like a loser, even though I wasn't very good at what I was doing at the time. And so after, that was during the pandemic, and it was like, okay, we're going to do this for a couple weeks. Well, a couple weeks turned into a couple months, turned into, 8 months later, I was leading you call-its and inviting people to come on morning you call-its with me from across the country. And we were getting fit and healthy and happier. So the key is to be happy. I use the term blissful dissatisfaction. Be blissful in the moment that you're in. You're perfect in this moment. You created this moment, but you want more. So take your happy self with you on the journey, because if you say, well, I'll do this when I'm happier, you're not going to find happiness until you create the happiness within you and move yourself towards it. So you have a goal. You see that vision of what you want, and it's out there. Let's go. I'll go out here. You see the vision. Here it is. And most people work to that vision. They like, I'm gonna do the things I need to do to work to that vision. But here's a great idea. If you have that vision and you start being the person that you need to be, guess what? You're gonna arrive at that destination in success without even really trying. And there's a formula. We call it the oh, what is it? It's our
On our
time,
next episode, Gayle will share that.
the transformation equation. That's what it is. And it's R times C squared plus T is greater than S. And it's just taking responsibility for yourself, for your health, for your business, for sending your cards. We have power promises in the group that I'm in, the Transformation Method 90, and we have to create 2 power promises each 90-day period. And right now, mine is send 3 cards a day, because see, it's the things that are easy to do are easy to not do, and we fall out of habit. So when we put an intention and attention to the habits that we want to create and form, and you know what? I've been doing that now for the past 2 weeks, and guess what? Every day I'm receiving cards or messages from people thanking me for the cards I sent. Hey, I got a tear in my eye that you saw my post about my dad and you sent me that card. This morning, just before I came down here, I got another card from a really good friend, and it really made my day. And see, I haven't been receiving those messages a ton because I haven't been sending a ton of cards. I haven't been consistent with my sending.
Right.
And so taking responsibility, being committed, the C square is being committed and consistent. Be committed to your journey, be committed to your business, be committed to what you tell yourself you're going to do. That's personal integrity. Be consistent with it. And then the T, give it time. Give it time. We're not in this for like the short sprint. We're in this for the long haul. I've been with Send Out Cards since 2007. That's all going on 15 years. Slow and steady wins the race. If you quit, you'll not win the race ever. So be consistent, give it time, and your success shows up. See, the transformation equation, the R times C squared is greater than the S, because the S is inevitable when you put the equation into practice. So hope that makes some sense, and I'm glad I remember the name of that thing.
We're gonna put it in the comments too. We're gonna,
Part two.
that's all, we'll have to use that as our graphic. I'll have to
No,
make
I think you
on
made
that.
some, really great points, because I think a lot of people go about their life, when I have this, when I have this job, or when I get this car, that's when I'll have joy. That's when I'll have happiness. And our founder is, happiness is a choice, and we do that. We can do that every day. We should. And then the consistency, and I love the. I just saw a Tony Robbins thing, and he talked almost about the same thing of, if you want whatever this is out there, you you become that person.
Mhm.
What do you look like? What do you like, and then start acting. That's who you are now. So there's just, it's everybody's looking for success, and it's just, if you break it down into some simple things, it'll happen for you no matter what the goal is.
Yeah.
And you do become a better person um, along the way. Probably before that success, like you said, that it'll happen before that success hits.
Right.
So,
And
you know,
you create habits by being that committed, responsible, and consistent person. I like I said, I didn't exercise for decades. Like we're talking decades. And I started one day and then it turned into another day. And I was talking to April Brum here because we were talking about winning streaks. And I had a 557-day winning streak of moving my body 60 to 90 minutes. Like, who is that girl?
Yeah.
She didn't exercise. She didn't move her
right.
body. Now she's walking around her lake and doing you call it's and going to the gym and pumping iron. Like who is she? And when I got sick last year and my winning streak ended, it was really hard for me. But here's what I realized. It's easy to do what you are and it's hard to do what you're not. So what once was easy for me to sit on the couch and not move my body, it was hard to move my body. And
Yep.
now it was really hard for me to not move my body. So
Yep.
have to pick your hard,
Yep.
choose your hard, because we only have this one life to live. And I want you to live your best life, your best,
Yep.
healthiest life. And how does that relate to business? When you're happier within yourself, you're more motivated within. See, motivation pushes. I push myself, whatever I motivate myself to do. I can't motivate Joy. I can't motivate you, Sean. I can't motivate anybody in this room. I can inspire you. Inspiration pulls. Like I remember back when Cody, we used to do the drill downs, and I drilled down to inspiring possibilities. Like I inspire possibilities. So I will inspire possibilities in people. It's like I'm 62 years young, almost 63, and I'm in the best shape of my life. If I can do it, you can do it. Let me
Right.
inspire the possibilities. I can't motivate you to put down the cookies, to put down the cakes, to move your body every day. I cannot motivate you to do that. But the inspiration is if you start and you do something small every day, you don't have to like do a 360. All you have to do is take a walk around the block, but then do that again tomorrow and the next day, and not just when the sun's shining and it's 70 degrees. It might be 28 or 22 and snowing. Go for a 15-minute walk because it's only cold if you're standing still.
Yep. It's funny that I worked out with two trainers in my life, and the first one, when you talked about inner temperature, and he did it where, look, you fuel your body right, and your temperature goes up, and you want to, the longer you sustain that, the more it's working and churning, and burning fat was kind of his thing. And then the other one, I remember the first, I've watched this guy work people out for years at the gym I went to, and I'm like, oh, that looks so easy. He's doing it. And then the first day I went, I lasted about halfway through, had tunnel vision. He's like, you didn't eat enough carbs last night. You got to fuel up. And I'm like, when's this get easier? He goes, it never does. You just get better. And he was right. You go in, and especially legs day, and you saw the carb up in the email, and you're like, oh, this is gonna suck. But you get through it and you're like, all right, I feel really good now. Once I caught my breath and didn't throw up. So it is. I mean, it is the consistency. And I think you were right when you first started. You have to make that decision. And I don't know if it comes, like I did not pass up a cookie, a sweet, anything this holiday season. And then in between Christmas and New Year's, I'm like, it was Wednesday. I'm like, all right, no more sugar, no more. And I haven't had anything since. And I feel so much better. But it's making that decision on whatever you want to do, whatever you want to become, and then just go and put a plan in place and go. So, well, you inspire all of us, Gayle, and I appreciate you being on today. So thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I'll be thinking all of you when it's 72 and I'm on my beach walk, though.
Oh yeah. And
I'll wave.
I will meld my mind there.
Right. It's warm. It's warm. It's warm.
Oh, well.
Hey, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. So everybody text me tonight on what all the secrets are you guys are going to learn today. So,
All right.
all right, guys.
Gayle,
Thank you.
And that's a wrap, everybody.
See you at the next one.
Week. Sean, enjoy your walk.
Yep, we will.
Too.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.